Yeah. And not just
I'll keep it
my
1,000.
sister.
When you make yourself available as a woman, that is cheating.
Yeah.
That is cheating. Whether women want to accept it or not, you're not the ones going to approach the opposite gender. You make yourself available, then the opposite gender approaches you. So by default, we're not the same at all, which is why I laugh at this 50-50 thing that you guys are trying to say. We're not the same at all. When women get pretty for a reason, you get pretty, men approach you, that in itself is cheating because you're going out for the purpose of getting attention. Some girls sit there and say, oh no, I do it for myself. Okay, then dress up, wear makeup, and sit at home.
We do it.
I think we do that sometimes, but
I
definitely
do. How often though?
I do that very often.
Too often.
That's how I lead to end up doing like TikToks and stuff, or
Well,
like.
don't go out there. Just stay home.
But if I specifically gave a example of my friends having something, okay, my man's at work or something, he doesn't have the funds or something to go with us to that trip. I can't bring him along. And I'm not going to miss out on my friends' like special things. I'm not making myself available by partying with my friends. I could stay home in my not stay home, but stay in the hotel, stay around them at the pool. Like I will only talk to them. Like if somebody glances at me, I'll literally just look straight forward.
You do realize earlier in the show, we asked the ladies, why do women cheat? And a bunch of women said attention, correct?
And temptation.
Yeah.
Anger.
So knowing that women want attention, why... I don't think... Yeah,
See,
go ahead.
Here's a scenario, right? And this happens all the time. We're out here in Miami. We travel as well. What happens is, you go on a trip with your girls. You might be faithful, but they're single, right? And it just so happens that they get lit. Girl, I'm lit as fuck. Da, 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 da. And then niggas pull up, yo, come to the table. You go to the table. You're still faithful. However, you drink a little bit too. You get lit as well. Girl, lighten up. Your man ain't here. Fuck that nigga. He probably cheat on you anyway.
Those are my friends.
I'm just saying how it goes. You know what, girl? You might be right. And then slowly but surely, you give into it. No, you're not a bad person, but the environment, your friends pushing you, the pressure, fuck it. He won't find out.
Yeah.
So it can happen that way. We're just saying, why put yourself in that scenario where it could happen? If you care about your man, at least.
You know how you can avoid that?
No, tell me.
By not having friends that peer pressure you do that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is just an example. Let's say as women, we all go out, like to piggyback on what you said. Let's say you go out, you're with your single friends, they twerk and they doing whatever, and it's guys from across the room. They are just looking at a group of girls. So whether you may be the faithful one and like the other 4 girls are single, it doesn't matter. You still look out there. You still look like you're available, even though you are technically faithful in a relationship, whatever, to the outside. Like what the guys are looking at is like, oh, nah, they twerk and they must be hoes, whatever. So you can still give off that vibe that's like, no, I'm 100% faithful to my man. I love my man, blah, blah, blah. But to the outside, what men are looking at, them like, oh, yeah, they for the streets. Like, you know, so that's why I wanted that's why I wanted to piggyback on what you said, because sometimes it's not always peer pressure, but it's just what the outside is looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing, sorry, go ahead, continue. You have anything else that you want to add to that?
No.
Oh, I was going to say men have a very strong stake in their girls' reputation and not embarrassing them. So going out with your girls to certain locations looks very poor on the man. That's why I'm saying, like, back to what I was saying with you. Oh, if I asked your guy, hey, would you be okay with your girl traveling or would you prefer to stay home? 9 out of 10 times they're going to say, I prefer she stay home. It's just that most guys can't be honest with their girl and say, yo, I don't like this, because we live in a world now where telling women anything is considered misogynistic or insecure or toxic. Men can't have boundaries with women anymore. And I would argue that's a big reason why women walk all over guys and why so many girls aren't satisfied with their boyfriend, because most boyfriends are fucking pussies and don't want to tell their girlfriend the truth. I'm not telling you to control your girl, but what I am saying is to control your own life. So if your girl says, I want to do X, Y, Z, and you don't like that, you tell her simply, fantastic, you can go. But if you go, understand that you are effectively single once you walk out this house, and she's got a choice to make. But you're not going to sit there and double dip and act like you're single while I sit at home like a fucking retard. That's not the way this goes.
I agree.
So that's my thing is I have strict boundaries with women, and you have to have these boundaries so that she respects you. The problem is that not enough women respect their men. And once a woman doesn't respect their man, the love is gone. That's why I was telling you before, respect is a necessary component to get love from a woman. Because as a man, you're looked at as a leader. That's why I don't listen to you guys with this 50-50 bullshit. Because women don't want a man that's their height, makes their same money, and their strength. They want a man that's taller than them, makes more money than them, more confident, more ambitious. So by default, we are not equal. So when you expect me to sit there and consider you an equal 50-50 when I had to bust my ass to attract you in the first place? Fuck out of here. That's not the way the world works. Men lead, women follow. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
And I feel like it's also because since men are like naturally like horny all the time, they're at the beginning, at least they stop everything they're doing as far as like going out with their boys, and like they stop the whore state and they just settle with you. So I feel like once you're in a relationship, like you gotta settle down. I go party, I go here, I can go wherever, but I'm single. Once I'm in a relationship, I am with a partner now. There's certain things you just can't do to have a healthy relationship.
You know what the scary part is? I tell girls this all the time. With men, women curve you overtly, men curve you silently. And what I mean by that is, if you're with a guy and he starts to see certain traits from you and he thinks that this might be a good girl, she might be the one, and then you do some certain shit, you might go out to the club, you might hang out with certain girls that don't have a good reputation, whatever it may be, he's just going to silently put you in a sex-only category.
Yep.
He's never going to commit to you or take you seriously. And the sad part is you'll never know why. You'll go on TikTok crying, trying to figure it out. Why the hell is he never responding to me? Why won't he take me out? Blah, blah, blah. It's because you probably did something that he didn't like that made you look like a whore. And then he's like, you know what? I can't commit to this girl because I'm going to embarrass myself. So he just gives you the bare minimum to continue to get sex, and you never get a relationship, and you'll never know why. Versus women, y'all got to let him know, listen, I'm not interested overtly because he keeps hitting on you, or you just ghost him, whatever it may be. But in general, guys have to curve girls secretly so that they can continue to get sex.
Yep.
And girls don't know this stuff. They think it's okay to go on girls' trips and do all this extra shit. Guys just are going to vote with their attention and how much they give you.
And ladies, you could do whatever you want. We're just saying the reason why guys won't tell you is because they're still getting sex. They're still getting what they want, but you don't know why he won't marry you. So
Right.
Yeah,
what it is.
but guys can't be honest about this stuff, which is why this podcast is so popular, because we tell girls finally for the first time, yo, this is how men think. This is what men typically want from women. And these are some things that might disqualify you from a serious relationship from the guy. You know, he just ain't going to tell you. He's just going to give you the bare minimum from that point. I'm going to keep fucking her and put her in the sex only category.
Basically, he can milk the cow without buying the cow.
Yeah, exactly.
For free.
And for you ladies, your job is to get that cow sold, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give the milk for free forever.
Facts.
So